There's something that I've noticed in a man's mindset that is completely preventing him from being able to attract a woman. And this is an idea of impressing her. I get this question a lot too from guys. How do I impress a girl? How do I impress a woman? What can I do to impress her? That's the big thing that guys are trying to do. And listen, I'm totally guilty of this. I knew that I was asking this question a long time ago. In fact, I even have a video on this channel called How to Impress a Girl. This is something I created probably about 7 years ago, and I cringe at the fact that I even made a video like this. But the idea here now is to understand that impressing a woman doesn't actually work. It's the incorrect mindset. The minute that you're trying to impress a woman, basically what you're saying to her is that your value is lower than hers. So this is what people do to impress other people. Basically, they say to the person, okay, listen, I'm going to do these things, act in this way, say certain things that are going to try to get you to like me. And the reason why I'm trying to do this is because I know that you have something that I want, which is synonymous with your value is higher than my value. So that's what you say to a woman, and that's what you are subcommunicating to her through any sort of act of, I'm trying to impress you. So here's what we have to do here. We have to completely change your mindset. So what we have to do is give you a very big and very counterintuitive mindset that is going to really flip the script in terms of what you're going to be doing here when you're trying to approach women, or if you are on a dating app or on a first date. So again, the idea here that's in your head, and that was in mine for many years, is what can I do to impress her? And by the way, this is still a mindset that guys who are not even rich or have valuable things are trying to do. So there'll be guys who are not necessarily trying to show off things and impress her, but still want to impress her somehow. So I found that it's all different types of men who are trying to impress, but we have to do the opposite. Now, of course, it's not that you don't want to be a turnoff, right? You don't want to turn her off. We're just not trying to impress. Think about it this way. If there's a very beautiful woman and you see her and she knows she's pretty, so she can have a whole array of gentlemen, right? She knows that men are going to be wanting her. She knows that she has value of some sort. Do you think that she's ever trying to impress a guy? Probably not most of the time, okay? And this is what I want from you too. And the reason is because, like I said, she knows that she has value. So you need to recognize that you have value. You need to look at yourself as if you are a high value man. Now, not a lot of guys can do that. And the reason is because they might not be a high value man. You might be thinking, what is a high value man? I don't mean it's someone who's super rich, although that does help. That does add to the status of you being high value. But if you are in a career that you love, that you're passionate about, that you're good at, if you have a lot of good friends that support you and lift you up, if you have a lot of hobbies and interests and a lifestyle that's fun and interesting, if you're close with your family, all these things are things that make someone high value. Are you charismatic and good with women? Have you had women in the past that you've gotten into relationships with or had sex with, so you have some sort of history there? Do people like you? Are you a leader? Are you someone who's very charismatic? You're good with people? Do you have other skills? These are all things that make you high value. But here's the thing. We are not going to take all of these things and try to put them on a platter to show a woman. This is the idea of impressing. We are not trying to impress. We just know, this is the mindset here, follow me, we just know that we are high value men because we are working on all these things, because we are trying to always work on our status, on all the things I just mentioned, right? So we know this, so we understand this, so we don't need to show this off. And as time goes on and you are dating a woman, she will discover these things about you. And this is what builds a lot of attraction and also investment in you. So I know I'll have some clients that I work with and they say like, oh, should I, get a really nice watch or show off the watch that I have? Or should I make sure that, I go and I pick her up in my car because I have a really nice car and I should go pick her up on the first date. And I say, no, first of all, that's not normal. Most people don't pick up their date on a first date. Sometimes it happens, but it's just not the normal thing to do. And if you try to make that happen and you force that, then she's going to see that you're trying to impress her with your car. And I said to him, I said, wouldn't it be cool if, okay, you have this beautiful car and it's really nice and really fancy, and you're dating her, and all of a sudden, 6, 7 dates in, all of a sudden she sees the car because now you're picking her up. This is going to blow her mind even more because she's going to be seeing, oh wow, this guy's high status and high value, and he didn't need to show it off like all the other guys are doing, and this is going to make her even more attractive. I want to be careful here. I'm not saying that you need a nice car to attract a woman, but I'm just trying to give you examples of what people try to do to impress a woman that doesn't work. Other examples, guys trying to buy a woman something. So a lot of people will buy stuff, gifts, they will buy flowers, whatever it is, to try to impress her or try to be over chivalrous. So some guys will just make sure that they're always opening up the door and pulling out the chair before she sits down and just being overly charismatic and trying to show off in this way to try to impress her. They're going to be trying too hard in all these different areas. Maybe they're taking her out on a first date to somewhere really fancy. And guys will do that even if they don't have money, just to try to impress her. This won't work. That's not how attraction works. So here's my big advice to you, is that we don't want to impress. We want to be confident in ourselves and build self-esteem so we know we're already valuable, so you don't have to have the mindset of, got to impress her. So one way to build your self-esteem is to keep the promises that you make to yourself. And also hanging out with a peer group or social circle that is going to lift you up. That's the second way. So what I'm saying here is that you need to be building your self-esteem so you know that you're valuable, so you don't have to impress her and you can just show up. So you just walking over and talking to a girl anywhere or showing up to a first date, you know that you are the prize. You know that you are the guy who she needs to try to impress. Okay? So again, this is going to be by building your self-esteem, which is going to be keeping the promises that you make to yourself, which is little goals, so little things that you can do. And that's going to be my homework for you today, is find something really small that you want to do or some sort of small goal you want to accomplish so that when you accomplish it, you feel good about yourself, or a step to accomplish that goal so you feel good about yourself and start to build your self-esteem. And also start really curating a peer group that are going to be people that you are going to look up to and also people that are lifting you up. There's a famous saying that you are the sum of the people that you spend your time around. So if you're spending time around a bunch of losers and people who are doing nothing with their lives and are not going anywhere, that's going to have a massive effect on you and your self-esteem. So there you go. That's about how to never impress a girl. Please don't do it, and make sure that you're always looking at yourself as a valuable, awesome guy who doesn't need to show it off to a woman.